Welcome along, Mary. Great to have you with us, Ballybrack. Just going to start on our Facebook now also. Okay, welcome along YouTube and welcome along Facebook to our Friday chair gym with myself, Shane, leading the session. Just whether you're tuned in live or later in the day or over the weekend, just going through our considerations not to participate if you're feeling unwell in the day and if you're experiencing any pain during any of the exercises. All the workout will be led in the seated position. I will use, as I did on Wednesday, just a little bit of weight in the session. If you have it, great. If not, that's absolutely fine. We can still work the same movement patterns. So I'm going to break it into 3 little segments, a little block of aerobic work, a little block of strength work, and then a little block of mobility at the end of the session also, guiding us into the weekend. So let's begin our session. Let's get into it with a warm-up as ever, and we'll build up slowly. So nice and tall in my chair. I'm going to check in with the shoulders first. So I'm just going to lift the elbows up and just draw nice big circles through my shoulders. Just gently opening up. I'll just position myself a little bit more into the middle here. Just guiding those shoulders backwards. A little bit of help from the arms and elbows here, just to generate that nice big movement. And from this position, I will change and guide my shoulders forward in circles. Just guiding the shoulders forward here. Hey, Sylvia, afternoon. Great to have you with us. From this position, arms across chest, pull back nice and wide. A movement pattern I really like. So I open up the front of my body around the chest. As I bring those elbows back, I get a lovely feeling, a connection between my shoulder blades. Just a really nice postural movement, particularly in a kind of wet, rainy day like this. Just maybe feel a little bit stiff, just a lovely open movement. Hopefully a little bit nicer wherever maybe you are. If you have anyone from Australia or anywhere like that, might have better weather. Elbows into your side. Just want to bring hands to shoulders, just opening up from my elbows. So we're just, as I'll always say with my warm-up, we're just gently bringing that heart rate up. We're also just checking in with all these different body parts. Is there anywhere like the shoulder, for example, the arms that feel a little bit stiff, a little bit tight, before you start to work them harder? So just take note if there was anything that maybe felt a little bit uncomfortable before you start to work harder. And then from this position, just opening the arms in front, just a light raise. Deirdre, great to have you with us. Afternoon, brilliant stuff to have you. And then just to open the arms out to the side, just mindful as you bring those hands down, just that you have plenty of space here and not hitting off the chair or anything like that. Just bring a little combination forward and side. Let's just do that a couple of times, just gradually building up. And once more. And down. Next, just connecting with the back of my body again. Might just sit forward a little bit. Reach forward, pull back. Reach forward, pull back. You'll see how I just draw that or bring that elbow in. Just tucking in, getting a nice squeeze, a nice connection with the back of my body here. Just reach forward, pull back. We'll just go the last couple of times. And in. From this position, bringing my hands together, elbows up, rotate to the right, rotate to the left. I'll allow my head just to move with my upper body here. So over to the right, over to the left. And I'll just take it right and left one more time. And in. Hey, from this position, just going to take it in to a light march. Just going to get those feet moving. Just lifting the knees up and down. And then I'm just going to add in just a nice light kick. Just opening up 2 legs, just kick the legs out in front. And then just taking it into a march. Nice and light. And then just to kick the legs out. Okay, from this position, just start tapping the heels out. Just keeping that movement, just maintaining it here, tapping the heels. And then just open it out nice and wide. Again, just continuing to tap the heels out. And then just to return into a nice light march, where I'll just reset the position. Next, I want to just tap the toes out. I'm just gradually warming up, just building up. So just stretching, pointing your toes towards the floor, out in front. And then just opening that position wider. So now pointing my toes out to the sides. And then again, just to return and just kick the legs out, just nice and light, nothing too fast, just a nice light kick out in front. And in. So I'm just going to finish off down at the feet, just to lift the heels up and down. Just a couple of times, elevating those heels, going right up onto the toes of your feet. And then I'll just walk the feet forward a little bit. And then I'll elevate the toes. So just pulling the toes up, maybe feeling a little pull along the front here. Just lifting the toes. And I'll just go 3, 2, 1. Okay, so let's move into our first block of work. Very similar if anyone was a Wednesday session. We're just going to work a nice aerobic block of work here. So nice kind of fluid pace. Working up a little bit of challenge that you can kind of feel a little bit of exertion, but of course slowing it down if needed. So my first movement, I might just sit a little bit forward in the chair. I don't want to be stuck to the back for this one. I want to be nice and open. Arms by my side. What I want to do is open the right leg and raise the arm. Open the left leg and raise the arm. So just work right and left. And then once you're happy with this movement, working from right to left, you can start to gradually build up into a more fluid pace here. Right, left, and left. Just bringing the arm to about shoulder height. No need to go any higher. And just opening the leg out to the sides. You can see it maybe starts very slow, just building up, getting a feel. Then you can just continue into a nice fluid pace. So there's a night you feel a little bit of challenge, you're working. Of course, you can slow it down if I found it difficult. I could take the arm out, for example, if I found this difficult. So I'm just going to time it down last couple of times. Going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just going to move straight in and just mix this up a little bit. Opposite sides, right arm, left leg. Left arm, right leg. Just think opposite sides will build up slow. Right arm, left leg. Left arm, right leg. So again, I'll just start slow. The same action, but now you're working opposite sides together instead of the same. Once you get a feel, once you have the coordination here, you can start to build up and just add a little bit more pace and just kind of fluidity into the movement. Just opening up those opposite sides. And again, now just working it a little bit harder, providing that's comfortable. Okay, get down in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And I think I went a little bit off skew there, so that just shows that's trickier. Sit forward next, again, staying forward in your chair, out onto the heels of your feet, and pull back. So I go from the heel of my foot to the toes of my foot. So just curling the leg back one at a time. You can see I'm not really taking any break between these positions and movements, just moving seamlessly from one to the other. Just pull back, pull back. And again, you can work. There's no right or wrong pace, but I don't mind working at a nice moderate pace. A little bit of power that you feel the movement here. Marie and Ballybrat, great to have you with us. And just pulling the leg back one at a time. Let's go, last couple of seconds. And we'll pause, okay? One final action in this little block. Next, what I want to do is just reach with my right hand. Actually, first have a good steady position with your feet. Strong, feeling the floor with my feet. Reach down with right hand, pull the elbow back. Reach with left hand, pull the elbow back. So that's what I just say about the feet. I'm in a really firm position here. I'm not moving, just through the upper body. Reach down and just push that elbow back. Lovely open position as you just draw that elbow up. Just reaching down as far as you're comfortable and just drawing the elbow back. Just moving across the body here, bringing that elbow back. I'm just going to go in 3, 2, 1, and return. So that's the first cluster of movement. I'm just going to take it straight back in through those same movements. If there was anything there you didn't like, just to make changes, such as taking maybe an arm out of the movement or just slow the pace down a little bit if needed. So let's go again. I'm slightly forward in that chair. Open the right arm and leg, and then left arm and leg. So just working through the same sides. Upper and lower limb together. Right arm and leg, left arm and leg. Open the leg, raise the arm. About shoulder height as you lift the arm. And again, if you're comfortable, you can just add a little bit more pace into the movement. Just work into about a moderate pace in terms of speed here. Open the arm, open the leg. And we'll finish in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, just mixing it up a little bit, opposite sides. Right arm, left leg, left right leg. So let's begin. Right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. Just swapping. Again, start slow, just get a feel. Once you have that coordination of the movement, opposite sides, you can just gradually build up and work up to that moderate pace if comfortable. Open the leg, raise the arm. So you can think of your shoulder and hip particularly active with this movement. And we'll just finish it out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And in. Now, straight out onto the heels of your feet. We're just moving from one to the next, curling the leg back. So once you go from the heel to the toes of your foot, just swapping side to side. Pull the leg back. One at a time. Curling, pulling back. Again, just think from your toes to your heels. Pull back. So this is the most kind of active phase of our workout today, just where there's lots of movement and we're working with a little bit of power. So that's why just going from one action to the next. And we'll take it very shortly into the final movement in this first cluster of work. And back in, okay? Just set the feet down nice and flat. Reach with your right hand down. Bring the elbow back. So I'm working in a diagonal stance. I reach down and I pull the elbow back. Really nice open position. I'll just draw the arm across my chest. As I bring that elbow back, I might just feel a nice connection. I'm opening up nicely. Might feel your shoulder and just generally the back of your upper body as well. reach down, pull back. Feet nice and flat to the floor, so my feet aren't lifting. I'm in a really good, strong position. Let's just work the last couple of times. We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax the arms down, okay? That finishes our first phase, that aerobic phase. We're trying to work with a little bit of intensity. Next, I'm going to bring my weights into play. If you have weight, bottles of water, tins, great. If you just don't have anything nearby and just want to continue the movement, you can perform these actions just without the weight, just to follow the same patterns of movement. But I will bring the weights up. First movement today I want to work is a side raise. Always just make sure that there's no danger of your hand and weight hitting off the side of the chair. So you're not going to hit anything on the way down. Really important. And that just comes with the control as well. So nice upright position. Grasp the two weights. I lift out no further than shoulder height. And then I'll slowly lower back down. If I went very rapid with the movement, I wouldn't have the same control. So I'll just slow it right down, particularly on that descent. Slowly down. If you find this difficult, work one side at a time. So let's continue. We just did a couple of practice repetitions there, and we'll just finish out with about 7, 8 more repetitions here. Nice, controlled, shoulder height, slowly back down. You might hear me exhale as I lift, inhale as I lower. It's going to go 5 more times. And 4, and we'll just finish out. 2 more. Once more. And back down. Okay. Next movement, I'm going to work a high row. So I'm going to work from a higher position. I'm just going to show you how I like to set this one up. So I might just sit slightly forward, elbows by my side. What I want to do first is just lift the elbows up. Okay. I want to relax the weight out in front, and I want to draw the weight in towards my shoulder. You'll see my elbows are just below the height of the shoulders. They're not up really high. I'm just going to keep the elbows slightly below, so it's a comfortable position. The action is to row and pull back. You might find this one a little bit harder, and for that reason, I'll keep the repetitions a little bit lower. Let's just go 4 more times. And 3, I think the main action is rowing, pulling back. Exhale as I row and pull back. Inhale as I relax the arms out and lower. Next movement, we're going to work into the arms. What I want to do is hold the weight. The palms are faced into my sides. The elbows are in, and I just lift the weights up and down in a nice straight line. I can even stop at the legs if I like. If I feel I might hit off the chair or anything like that. If you have the sufficient space, you can just bring it out to the side a little bit. Keep the elbows in. Just lift the weights in a nice straight line, up and down. What you'll notice a lot of the time as we drift in, but I'd like to keep that angle nice and straight. One head of the weight, bottle or tin, is just moving towards your shoulder. So we'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm resting the weights down onto my legs next, and I just walk the feet back a little bit, okay? So I'm in a nice kind of close central position, and I begin elevating my heels. So right up onto my toes, heels up, and compared to those previous movements, now I'm going to work a little bit higher in terms of repetition. And so we're going to work a little bit longer, lifting the heels up, going right up onto your toes. And you've just placed that little bit of extra weight onto your legs, just for a little bit of extra challenge here. So let's continue. Just continuing on, so we're going for a high number here. So I'll count it down shortly. Let's begin with 5 more. And then 3, and 2, and 1. Okay. So we're just going to work into those positions one more time. If there was anything there you didn't like, you could, for example, just take the weight out of the movement and practice the pattern itself. So our side or lateral raise, just readjust. I'm nice and upright. Weights down to my side and the palms facing in towards my body. I lift the weight out, shoulder height, no further, slowly back down. Really important, I control this position. I'm not swinging the weight up and down and losing control. If I found it difficult, I could work one arm at a time. I'm breathing, I think, exhale as I lift. Inhale on return. I think as I return, refueling for the next one. So let's take this one 5 more times. And we'll take 3 more. And 2 more. And then once more. And back down. Next, we'll work into the high row. So this is where I draw the weight back. And again, I just want this to be a comfortable position. So I'll start off as I'm grasping my weight, elbows in. Just lift the elbows up. Relax the arms out in front. That's my start position. Bring the weight back towards shoulders. Squeeze. And then relax the arms out. Exhale as I pull back. It's the main action. Inhale as I relax the weights forward. You'll see my elbows are just below the height of the shoulders. I want to make sure the position is comfortable. If this is difficult, take the weight out of the movement and just practice the pattern itself. We go 5 times. 4. Nice controlled. You're not rushing. You're not pushing that weight out. Just relaxing it out. Once more. And draw the weight down. Okay. Arms next. So again, I just want the elbows to my side here. They're not out and they're not coming forward. They're just fixed roughly in position here. Lift the weight up and slowly back down. Again, if you feel maybe you're hitting off the chair, anything like that, we don't want that to happen. And move from the legs in that case. Okay? If you have space, we can just lift and lower down to the sides. Elbows roughly fixed in position, lifting the weight in a nice straight line up and down. Again, the action point, exhale as you lift, inhale as you return and relax the weights down. Let's go 3, 2, 1. Resting the weights onto my legs. Walk the feet back a little bit. Everything nice and central here. And I begin elevating the heels. So right up onto the toes of your feet. Getting a good big lift with those heels. Right up onto your toes. Okay, so right up onto the toes of your feet and getting that nice big lift. And again, we're just working this a little bit longer compared to those other movements. When it comes to the back of the lower legs, our calf, it's an area we really like to look after. And we can just push a little bit harder, maybe compared to some of those upper body movements which we just worked. So for that reason, we're going a little bit longer. Another couple of repetitions here. Let's maybe go for 5 more if that feels okay. And 3, 2, 1. Set your weight down. So we've now worked 2 phases. We had our little aerobic block of work, our strength block of work. And then just as we move into the weekend, I want to take a little block of mobility, just slower movements, much more controlled, and just a nice way to bring us into our cool down here. So let's begin with my first movement. This is just a really nice open movement, just thinking of your upper body. I may show from different angles, but I'm just going to show you from the front to begin. What I would suggest is just to sit forward a little bit. Open the feet, so there's a little bit of width here, a little bit of space to work with. I just want to bring my arms forward, so just gently bend forward. Sit back up nice and tall and pull back. Open those arms. You can see me working between the 2 positions. Just gently round forward and then pull back. I'm just going to show you that once more from the front, and then I'll just change my view to the side. It may just help. So continue on, slightly forward. I just, feet open, reach down, just gently bend forward, pull back, a nice open position. Take your time and just gradually explore this one. You don't need to work too extreme. That would be maybe if we were live and I could see everyone, the biggest thing I might notice that we're trying to work it too extreme. It may just start off very minimal as a movement. That's okay. And then as you get more comfortable, you start to open up through that position. Gently round forward, pull back, lovely open position. Just explore this one, no pressure. We're not looking for pace or anything here. We're just slowing it right down and just hopefully getting a really nice connection with this movement. Just going to go twice more. And then once more. And back in. Now, working, again, I talk a lot about the hip. It's so fundamental for a lot of our movements, just the walking, climbing, our squat, and all these different movements. So just want to work and lift my right foot up and in a really nice, slow and controlled circle. So just moving that right leg slowly forward in circles. Okay, Henry, top man, great to have you with us. Trying not to go really fast. I'm just really slowing this down, really just making that hip work here. Slow, controlled, forward circles. And then I will swap to my left. I elevate the foot, really slow and controlled, forward in circles. So again, I'm not allowing myself to rush here, really slow, controlled, just gently pushing forward in circles. And then swap sides back to your right leg, but now bringing the movement backwards. So just slowly backwards, keeping your foot off the floor. And again, really the power, the control is from that hip as you just slowly bring that right leg backwards. And then I want you just to swap sides, left foot up. And again, let's just slowly bring that leg backwards, slowly backwards in circles. And back down, okay. Making sure you have a little bit of space. So I would hit off the wall in this next movement if I don't purposely come forward a little bit. What I want to do is bring the arms in front, the palms of the hands face each other. I want to open my right arm out to the side and turn my body and head gently with that movement. Bring it back to center, open the left arm, and again, just following, opening that arm. Turning my head gently with the movement. And not a movement we want to rush, not something I want to go really extreme with. Just explore the space and just open up. Working through the upper body. You might feel kind of opening up along that chest, working through the shoulder. You might feel around the back of our body as well here. Just slowly open up, one side at a time. Absolutely no hurry at all, just slowly exploring the space here. Let's go once more per side. And back in. Okay, so I'm just going to bring my position back. I'm going to work back to the start. With the first, we're going to go through all those movements once again. So I think it takes a little bit of exploring, as I say. I'm using that word a lot. Because you are just exploring the movement, seeing how it feels, and maybe the second time they might feel or just work a little bit better. So I'm forward in my chair, open up the feet, there's a little bit of width, just relax the arms down, so gently bend forward. I'll come back up and just gently press back, open up those arms, so just working between the positions of bend, and then just gently arching. But I don't rush the positions. And I don't feel the need to push them too extreme. Just gently reach and bend forward. Pull back, gently arching through my back. Forward and back. Just working those two different positions. Nothing too extreme, nothing too fast. But hopefully a movement that just feels really nice. Let's just go maybe twice more. And then once more. Okay, into my right leg next. I want to elevate the foot and just slowly guide that leg forward in circles. So not to rush, just think slow, controlled from the hip, just pushing the leg forward in circles. Let's continue another couple of seconds. And then I'll swap to my left leg, elevate the foot, slowly pushing the leg forward in circles here. And just another couple of seconds. And swap back to my right leg. Now the movement pattern is backwards. So slowly backwards in circles. Slow, controlled. I'm thinking about that hip controlling everything here. And then I want us to swap sides again over to that left leg. Just draw the leg backwards in circles. Okay, thanks very much, the admin. That is correct. I do follow one of the best football teams in the world. There's no doubt about that. And back down. Okay, so I'm just going to take one final mobility movement here. Again, just make sure that you do have that little bit of space. I want you to sit forward. Okay, so you have plenty of space. Arms out, palms of the hands face each other. Open that right arm. And just turn my head with the movement. Open up, back and front. Open out to the side, back and front. So just open the arm and open up the body. It doesn't matter how big or small this movement is, just gradually opening up. It doesn't matter if it's small like this or a much more open position like this. Just gradually build it up. And as I say, just to explore that space. Opening the arm and a nice controlled rotation here. I like to turn my head with the movement and just getting a really good feel here. Just opening up through my upper body. I'll work it one more time on each side. And back down. Okay, just going to bring myself back and guide us into a couple of stretches. That concludes our three main blocks of work. And I'm just going to take you into a couple of stretches to relax down heading into the weekend. So, light movements and a couple of stretches in here. So, first action, just begin lightly tapping the heels out. Just opening up through your legs. And then from this position, let's just start opening out to the sides. Just open the legs out a little bit wider. And then just to stretch the legs forward, pointing your toes towards the floor. And then just opening out wider again, pointing my toes to the floor. We're just stretching the position out a little bit wider now. Next, I will just extend the legs out, take a little bit of pause, just a couple of seconds, and then swap leg. Extend out and pause, and then swap sides. Just going to go twice more on each leg, just extend, hold for a couple of seconds, back down. And let's just work each side once more. Extend the leg, pause, hold position, might feel that leg. And once more on the opposite side. Extend, hold, and pause. Okay. Next action, I just want to lift my right knee. I just want to gently hold on to that knee. And I just want to begin drawing circles with the toes of my right foot. So you're seeing a nice, big, full circular motion here. drawing with the toes of my right foot. Nice big circles. And then to reverse back the opposite way. And back down. I'll swap sides to my left knee just to elevate. Hold on lightly to that knee. And I want you to draw nice big circles with the toes of that left foot. Nice big circles. And then back the opposite way. And back down. Next, just slightly forward in my chair. Just want to bring the arms forward. And then I just want to pull back. Hold position. Stretch the arms forward. Pull back. And just continue to work this position a couple of times. Stretch forward. Pull back. Just go twice more. And then once more. And down. Bringing hands together. Get your elbows up. Just going to rotate to the right. Just want to pause in this position for a couple of seconds. And then just rotate over to the left. Again, pause. Hold for a couple of seconds here. Moving over to the right. And then over to the left. And then once more in each position, over to the right. And over to the left. And back down. In this position, just want to just gently open those arms out to the side. Just going to hold that position for a couple of seconds. Relax down, hands to the legs. Open up nice and wide again. Back down. So you can see it just opening that position nice and wide, opening up that chest twice more. Just hold for a couple of seconds. And then one more time. And down. Now, just moving to those shoulders. Just slowly roll those shoulders back. Thanks, Deirdre, and yourself. Have a great weekend. Thanks very much. Hopefully we get a little improvement in the weather and we can enjoy it a little bit more. Change direction, just guiding the shoulders forward in circles. And then just finishing off with some very gentle head movements when it comes to the head and neck. Not somewhere you want to neglect, but somewhere I'd always just say to go really slow. People often ask, and I'll always just say slow, nothing too extreme or rapid in terms of the movement when it comes to the head and neck. So very slowly, I will just look over to the right and then over to the left. So again, just over to the right and then over to the left. Just going to look straight up to the ceiling, down towards the floor, up towards the ceiling, and down towards the floor. And back in. So just keep it really simple, straightforward like that. Finishing off with a breathing drill. We're just going to tie a movement of the arms in with some nice light breathing. So I just want you to raise the arms, inhale, and then slowly exhale. Just think sweeping the arms down. Inhale. Two more. And once more. Okay, so that concludes our workout for today. And we have our mobility and stretch tomorrow morning. And we just have a reduced schedule next week. So just keep an eye on the social media for the next week's workouts. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you have a great weekend. And I'll talk to you again soon. So thanks to everyone for the comments along the way on YouTube. And thanks very much to everyone on Facebook. Have a great weekend. Very welcome, Mary, Sylvia, Mary, very welcome. Thanks very much. Very welcome, Marie. Mary Dunphy, yeah, Michael is good. He's actually doing some sessions. So no, he's still very much active. He's not gone, don't worry. He's just doing other sessions. Sometimes it moves around a little bit. But yeah, no, he's still very much active in